Why hello everyone, I'm Steven from Tostemac and it's time for another autism vlog. Or rather, it's time for another news article about autism. God, I need to find a more creative way to say it with a few words. I'm sure I'll figure it out eventually. This week's article came in fresh a few days ago and the title of it is How a Startup in Chennai is Helping Kids with Autism Communicate. Now before I go any further in this article, I want you guys to know that the link to the original article can be found in the description down below. So feel free to check out all the details. And as usual, I will be just giving the basic summary of the article and then giving my personal thoughts on the matter afterwards. Our story begins when the founder of Invention Labs, Ajit Narayanan, and before I go any further, if there are any viewers in India, I apologize in advance. I'm probably going to botch a couple names because I don't know the pronunciations, but I'm going to try my best anyway. So it starts off when Ajit Narayanan returns to India after leaving his job in Silicon Valley in order to attempt something with innovation. It was around this time that a group called Vidya Sagar Center for Special Needs gets in contact with him and basically says, "Hey there, Ajit, we were thinking about making a new communication tool for autistics. Want to join in on the fun?" Those who have experience with autism in some way, shape, or form know that one of the biggest obstacles for autistics is communication. Being able to convey what is in our minds and make sure the receiver understands what we're trying to convey. Problem is, we often have a lot of trouble with articulating what we mean correctly, whether we're nonverbal or lack an extensive vocabulary or some other reason and whatnot. We can't always get the message across, and it's so infuriating. Trust me, I deal with that on a regular basis. However, this does not mean that autistics can't communicate at all. We just gotta find other ways to communicate, and the most common ways that we use are either visual or audio aids. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is where Ajit and his brilliant plan begins to come into fruition. Together, along with Vidya Sagar Center, they have created the visual communication app known as AVAZ. But Steven, what exactly is this AVAZ anyway? AVAZ is an alternative augmentative communication app, or AAC for short, that helps children with autism communicate through the use of pictures. So here's a picture right here on what the AVAZ app looks like. Now allow me to explain what goes on behind the scenes. So they have a grammar engine built in this app where you give it the main words in the app and it puts it together in a sentence. It helps you develop these sentences by asking what, when, where, and why questions, and then there is an algorithm in the app that figures out how to grammatically correct the sentence. So simply put, just hit the right pictures in order, and then boom, you get a sentence. Easy as pie. This app seems so simplistic, but it's grown very quickly. Around the time of this article's release, this app has seen around 50,000 downloads around the world. I'll let you think about that for a minute. Too late, minute's gone. Moreover, it's beginning to be used by a lot of schools located in Chicago, New York, and even Denmark. It's also being used by a lot of speech therapists to help autistics or other kids who need help communicating. I mean, heck, a lot of people are also using these to take exams, as the app serves as an artificial voice for them. As you can probably imagine, this app is starting to spread like wildfire, serving as an excellent way for autistics to communicate in a fun and simplistic way. But of course, the app is not exactly free. Well, not entirely anyway. There is a free trial version of the app, and then there's the full paid app and whatnot. Yes, I know, they gotta make their money somehow, but come on, it's an app. It can't possibly be that expensive. $100 in India and $200 in the US for an app? I could use that money to buy a complete set for a Nintendo 64, or maybe even a muzzle for my younger brother. How the heck do they get away with an expensive price like that? And let's not forget the whole 50,000 downloads worldwide. Now, assuming that each of these downloads were the paid version and not the free version, they could easily make around $5 to $10 million. That's probably more than I'll make in 2 lifetimes. Sadly. But however expensive this app might be, there's no denying this app's potential, as it does wonders for helping autistics communicate. It might even serve as a potential bridge between autistics and neurotypicals. So that's the basic summary of the article. And now it's time for my thoughts on the matter. And although the app itself is new, the idea behind the app is not. In fact, I remember all the way back in elementary school when I was still in special ed classes, I used to go to speech therapists on a regular basis, and they would have these set of cards with words or idioms on them, like butterflies in your stomach or up the paddle without a creak. And what I would do is to listen to what they're asking, try to find the correct card to best fit the situation, and then just pick the card. Short, sweet, and to the point, but it helped me with creating new sentences or using idioms and expressions to kind of relate to the current situation and whatnot. So really, there's only 2 big differences between this AVAZ app and the method I just mentioned. Number 1, it's digital. And number 2, it's easy to put on either your cell phone or a tablet or whatever you have. That's pretty much the big differences between the 2. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to play this app down at all. I mean, far from it. This is an amazing app for autistics to use. Unfortunately, it just helps with basic grammar and basic English stuff, how to form basic sentences. From what I understand from this, it doesn't really help with more complex conversations or more fluent and human conversations. It just helps with forming a sentence. And again, there's nothing wrong with it. It's a great app to use for kids at a younger age who have autism, but sooner or later, they're going to grow out of it eventually, which is a good thing. It should be set as a goal for autistics when they get older, being able to articulate what they want to convey on their own. But of course, if they're nonverbal, that's okay too. They can still use this app to communicate what they want to convey. It's simple and easy to use. As of right now, the only languages for this app are English and Indian. But they are working on some prototypes for other languages like Spanish and Chinese and a few other languages. But in conclusion, AVAZ is an incredible app, and I can't wait to see where it goes from here. And Ajit Narayanan and Vidya Sagar should be really proud of what they've accomplished. It's not easy creating the ability to speak for those who need a voice, especially in a time where we all need to make our voices heard. And on that note, I'm going to go ahead and end the vlog here. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. If you like what you saw, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And what do you think of this AVAZ app? Is it something you think that could help autistic kids? Or do you think there's much that's left to be desired? Let me know in the comments below. Let's start a conversation here. Oh, and also, next Saturday, there will not be an autism vlog because I'm going to a convention called Oticon. So I'm going to be busy doing photography and video work. But don't worry, we'll have another good autism vlog after next Saturday. So don't worry, you'll still get your autism vlog fill and whatnot. And also, if you guys have any articles for autism that you'd like for me to go over, just send it to my Gmail at tostemac@gmail.com. I'd love to hear from you guys. So thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen, and until the next video, see you later.